There are just 20 teams still undefeated in college football, so here's every single one of them ranked. Coming in at number 20, we've got Maryland. The Terrapins had the nice road win against a not very good Wisconsin team, but not much of a resume thus far. They do host Washington this week, a big opportunity to get a win that could potentially jump them a few spots up this list, but it's great to be on this list at all at this point in the season. Navy's look great, but hasn't really played anyone. UNLV's eked out some nice wins, still undefeated, even though their defense has been suspect. North Texas has been blowing the doors off of people. Houston survives a scare versus Oregon State. They're still undefeated. They host Texas Tech for a big one as well. Kudos to Louisville for staying undefeated with that win on the road versus Pitt. Big game for them as well against a ranked Virginia team. BYU getting another nice road victory. Memphis has that win over Arkansas to hang their hat on. They're still undefeated. Iowa State remains undefeated. Tough trip to Cincinnati this week, and then Missouri as well. A great start to the season. All those portal additions hitting super well for them. Coming in number 10 is going to be Georgia Tech. They eke out a victory in Wake Forest that they arguably should have lost, but I still respect them for those nice wins on the road versus Colorado and the win versus Clemson. Even though it hasn't aged great, it still is a high-quality win. Vanderbilt definitely has a little bit of a more impressive resume thus far. They've proved they're a legit team. Those 2 road victories versus power conference opponents, that's pretty impressive. The Hoosiers survived a scare versus Iowa this last week, but I think there's no doubts about how great they are, especially considering they destroyed Illinois. Illinois turns around and gets a top 25 victory, so that win gets even more credit in hindsight. Texas Tech is legit this year. They've already flexed with a really nice road victory against Utah. Not an easy place to play, not an easy place to win. Another big game against another team on this list in Houston this week. We'll see if Texas Tech can keep their magical start to the season going. It was a little closer than I'm sure Texas A&M would have liked, but they get the win over Auburn. This week they host Mississippi State, a chance to keep this undefeated start to the season going. Even though I've got battered Aggie syndrome, I feel pretty good about A&M right now. Ole Miss has shocked a lot of people this year, including me, with how impressive the defense has been, and Trinidad Chambliss has been making plays. The win over LSU keeps them undefeated, and it looks like they could be undefeated for a while. Oklahoma had the bye last week. They play Kent State this week. It's really going to come down to the Red River rivalry against Texas. Will John Mateer be healthy for that one? It's going to be a huge key swing point. Miami got the bye last week, and they sure needed it because now they have to travel on the road to play Florida State for a massive, massive game. The Noles no longer undefeated, but trying to drag down Miami with them and knock them off the ranks of the undefeateds as well. You could very easily justify Ohio State number 1. They have probably the best resume in the country with the win over Texas and also the win on the road versus Washington, but it has been a little clunky. We've seen some issues on the offensive side of the ball. The defense looks phenomenal, though absolutely elite. Number 1 for me is going to be the Oregon Ducks. Not only do they have the very impressive road win at Penn State, but they've just looked really good while they've done it. On paper and also on the field, they look like the best team in college football, so they're my number 1 team on this list.